Give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today.
Yo, what is up, everybody? This is your boy E-Man coming at you from the Average Joe Sports Talk Podcast. Bringing you another video this week, bringing you the divisional previews and predictions, and also breakdown of the divisional playoff rounds from the NFL. Your boy went 6-6 last week in the national, Super Wild Card weekend. I picked all the games, got them all through, picked all the winners. So I'm about to stay perfect this week myself. 6-0, definitely trying to go perfect this week as well. This week, I'm telling you, we have some really good matchups this week in the divisional round. And there were some teams that made it that should be there, and I think everybody here is going to be very happy with the type of games. We didn't have a lot of close games last week. There was a lot of blowouts, not a lot of excitement, but I think this week we're going to see a little bit of a change. I think we're going to see a lot closer matchups. And let's get started with the AFC. All right, let's get started with the Bengals against the Tennessee Titans. Look, Tennessee, man, it's been one of those stories. At one point this year for the Tennessee Titans, Ryan Tannehill was playing without Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, A.J. Brown. I mean, the dude had injuries after injuries, and him, even though it was a crazy season because he only threw for 21 touchdowns and had 14 interceptions, Ryan Tannehill had games that he delivered for these team while they had all their superstars injured. So they're number one in the East in the AFC, and guess what, man? They're the top team of the AFC this year. They had a bye week last week. And, they're facing probably one of the hottest teams right now, one of the hottest quarterbacks and up-and-coming quarterbacks in Joey Jackpot, Joe Burrows. And this is an interesting matchup because Derrick Henry has been released from the IR, and he is going to play. He's been practicing all week, normal, a full strength, no restrictions. And that's a good sign for Tennessee. A.J. Brown is healthy. They are going to have everybody they need together for the first time in probably 9 or 8 games in the season. Tennessee, that is. But honestly, I know Derrick Henry is a big change maker. I don't think he's going to try to carry the load as much as he can, but I don't think he's going to be that effective coming back, missing, I think after game 9 when he went out injured with that foot injury, when he broke that foot, I think. And I forget what the injury was. But I know he's just a great addition or distraction. Either way, he's a very effective weapon because the play action and his running is far one of the best power runners in the NFL, or the best power runner in the NFL. The guy's a throwback horse when it comes to the running back position. But I think that I'm going to go contrarian on this one. I think Cincinnati is playing on a high right now. Joe Burrows, it is playing at a different level. He is unfazed out there. He has the young stud and Jamar Chase and wide receiver, along with Higgins, Joe Mixon, the veteran, who had 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns this year. Look, I know Tennessee's defense is a lot better than the Raiders' defense. So it's going to be a little more difficult to score this ball. But I think Cincinnati, if they do what they need to do, which is go in there with the nothing to lose mentality and try to strike first, and play from up front and make Tennessee play from behind, is what they need to do in order to win this matchup. Tennessee's game script is very simple. Feed the ball to Derrick Henry, play action, hit A.J. Brown in the deep. That's just been the bread and butter for Tennessee and Tannehill and Ryan Tannehill since he got traded from the Miami Dolphins. But at the end of the day, this is what we need to be at. Which team is going to perform the best? Look, I am going to choose the hot hand. I am choosing Joe Money Burrows. He's hot. Look, I'm going contrarian on this. I'm picking the Bengals. Of course, I am going with a hard pick, more as a brain, from my mind pick here. But I think the young gunslinger and Joe Burrows is going to go in there with nothing to lose and let it rip like he's been doing the last 4 games. Picking Cincinnati on this one, going contrarian on this one. Pissed a lot of people off by picking like I did picking the 49ers last week, and I picked the Bengals as well and pissed probably a lot of the Raiders off, but I'm going with I go with Joe Money. All right, Joey Money, baby. Joey Money, Jackpot Burrows. Cincinnati's going to take this one. I think it's going to be a close game. Spread is 3.5 points. I think whoever wins is going to beat that 3.5 points, that spread. Staying in the AFC, let's go to the Bills and Chiefs. Listen, last week, Josh Allen, like as I predicted, shredded paper mache that Patriots defense, okay, who it's not a sorry defense at all. Okay, it's not a sorry defense. It's a very good NFL defense, and he made it look like it was a freaking game of dominoes. Josh Allen had 5 freaking touchdowns. He was unstoppable, right? Remember what I said last week? Too much Josh Allen. Gravy train stops for Mac Jones, and it happened. This matchup is a little different. He's going against the GOAT, all right? After when Brady retires, we all know that the greatest player in the NFL is Patrick Mahomes. It wasn't a typical Patrick Mahomes season. He threw for 13 picks, which is by far the highest ever. And a lot of these picks were at the beginning of the year when the Chiefs had their injuries with the defense and Patrick Mahomes hadn't figured it out yet. Even though the Bills earlier in the year beat the Chiefs convincingly, it was a different Chiefs team. And Josh Allen, who I think is going to have a really good game, I don't think it's going to be enough Josh Allen to beat the Chiefs. Let's break this down. Look, the Chiefs, again, I'm picking the Chiefs right out flat. I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Bills. And the reason why I say this, because the game plan is going to be play from up front. The Chiefs are one of the best teams that played up front from leading than anybody in the league. This year they played bad trailing, so you know they're going to try to come up and hit Kelsey and hit Tyreek Hill early, run the ball, do what they do to make the Bills come and play from behind. I think because the running game of the Bills is so weak, they're really going to concentrate on those corners. The Kansas City Chiefs defense is a lot better than they were earlier during the year. They're all healthy. Is going to be a very, very interesting matchup. But I'm gonna take the Chiefs on this one, man. You can't bet against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes is 6-1, all right, in the postseason since he came into the league. 20 touchdowns, 1 interception. I think he's gonna keep this trend going. He's made for the postseason, Mahomes is made for the postseason, unlike Dak Prescott. And honestly, Josh Allen is a trooper. That team is getting better. Josh Allen as a quarterback is getting better. Josh Allen had the best game of the wild card weekend. He was the best player. 5 touchdowns. Killed everybody. You couldn't stop Josh Allen against the Patriots. Story changes this week. As good as Josh Allen is, he won't be enough to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, and then you got your other secondary receiver, Hardman and Demarcus Robinson. I think the way they're using Darrell Williams, a running back, is being effective, and that's going to be the key. Look, Josh Allen would have to repeat that type of game he had last week against the Bills, in addition to the running game of the Bills, in order to try to keep the defense on as long and try to keep Mahomes off the field. That's the key victories for them. Rush the ball and strike first for the Bills. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Chiefs are going to run the tables. I think the Chiefs are going to do the opposite. They're going to be the ones, the aggressor. They're the ones going to keep pushing. They're the ones going to do the initial scoring and force Josh Allen, all right, and the Bills to play from behind. And that's just the key to victory for both teams.